Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul, man. That was funny, man. But yeah, a lot of us are here. Sorry for being late. It's actually we're doing our pre-record for tomorrow, etc. So watch out for that one. We messed up one of them, so yeah, we delayed a little bit. So apologies there. But big up Monts, man, being there obviously 2 times in one day, filled in when needed. Well, you filled in earlier, didn't you? Yeah, where's it today? He's on twice.
You two have lost track of time, innit? You two are like, what was that?
He was on earlier. He was on earlier.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't late today.
No, I didn't. I said big up yourself for filling in today.
Oh, you're my guy still. Yeah, I misheard.
Yeah. Shut the hell up, man. Shut up, man. And obviously, big up Lewis, man. I feel like you ain't been on a channel forever, just ducking and weaving on other channels but us, yeah? Say nothing. See what you're doing. Leaving all the work to done.
My bad. But it's good to be back. 3 in a row. Hopefully 4 in a row.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
That wasn't funny. That wasn't funny.
You want the
That wasn't funny.
You want the
That wasn't funny, bro. You need to do better. You need to do better.
Anyways, big up Lee, man. Doing your thing on the side there, man. Look at this guy.
Look at the guilt on man's face.
You know what, man? He's absolutely dropping game. He's got his chewing gum. Like his chewing gum, he looks fresh. Skin's free for FaceTime and that.
Listen, man. Listen.
Yeah. No. How about this? Tomorrow at 5 p.m. How about this? 5 p.m. tomorrow. That's why he's blowing. How about that?
Listen.
5 p.m. tomorrow. He's not
Listen,
even
man.
Locked in. It's locked in. It's not even a maybe. Locked in.
Listen, man.
He needs water.
And we listen, Lee, we're listening.
On 10. No one source is on 10. Yo.
Listen, man. Life's good, man. I don't know. Don't worry, man. Just let you, man.
If you look this, hey, yo, whatever, man. Let's talk more, man.
It's going to be difficult.
You know,
Lewis,
I strive to be like you.
Yes,
Lewis, man, how you been actually? How have you actually been, man? In general,
I've just been bored. I hate international breaks. It's terrible. Nothing to talk about. Feels like it's been the deadest international break in years, and there's going to be another one in a month. But we're back with a big fixture. I think it comes at the right time for us as well. 3 wins on the bounce. We're a little bit confident. And this is our first serious test. So I look forward to seeing how Chelsea handle it.
Before we get into that, I just want to ask one question. I don't want to dive into the game or nothing too tough like that in it. But because we're going to be talking about multiple. Who's going to be the first one actually holding the actual eldest and whatnot? And obviously Liverpool's setback as well, which we'll dive into. We're just talking as a normal conversation. If we do lose in a bad manner, we're talking 3-0 or more, which could be the case, might not be the case, doesn't look likely, right? Like just a one-off question. Would you be Poch out? Just quick one. Because it's against Arsenal.
Nah, because we've won 3 on the bounce now, so I feel like results are a bit more on his side. Like, it all depends on how the game goes. If we lose 3-0 and it's terrible, but it's individual mistakes, then I can't really blame Poch for it. If this is game management, then it might be on Poch.
Yeah,
it all depends on how the game goes.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Lee, again, man, I big up for yourself. Like, how you been? It feels, I don't know. I know you was only on like last week at some point on Friday, I think, but you know when it's international break, I feel like I don't know what it is. Other than once, it feels like everyone doesn't talk on the side. Like, it's just all.
You know what though? Like, I'll be real, bro. Like, I don't mind the international break only because it just gives you a break away from like. And you know what? I'm gonna say something which that again, I think because Daps said this last year, and Big Steve said it, I think, a year and a half ago. And I'm sure, Monts, you would remember. I'm sure even Lewis, you remember. When you're at the top and you've got a good team, it's intense, bro. And I'm not saying Arsenal are going to win anything, but it's almost like every single minute of the game and every game, the next game, is like you have to win. And it's intense, man. It's intense. So for me, listen, it's nice to have a break. It's nice to like not have to go to games. It's nice to not have to see and worry about my team right now because we won against Man City. I think that's all died down now, and it's done. We move on to the next game. But
Well, add until you said that, and now cheers, Lee.
Yeah, but like I feel a lot of people were like kind of going a bit crazy with that and like trying to make it out that Man City are this dusted team. And I just think, look, it was nice for the next like the next 2-3 days, but it's we're back to it, man. Like as I said, I didn't mind it. Like you kind of get your mind and doing other things for the time being, and then you get back to the grind, man, for 4 weeks.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is. I don't know. Look, we are fans first and foremost, 100%. Yeah. And it's the traveling to games and whatever else and all of that. But we all are content creators, yeah. And we all know what like an L, we have to hold the L, right? And there's this, you're not holding it. Listen, anyone after a loss that turns up and does a stream is holding the L. Whether they go down fighting or whether they take it humbly or whatever is a different thing. Either way, it's draining, innit? It is draining. So to have that like 12-day, 13-day period of just going, do you know what? Especially, I'll be real, that loss to Arsenal hurt, yeah? So for me, I've had to take some time. We've still been doing shows, obviously. Luckily, we had a weekend off, but it does take its
toll.
And
I think the only person from a Man City point of view that needs to hold something is pause is Boovy, because he was like, we're not going to have a shot. We're going to lose 3-0.
But does he watch football, bro? Like,
what you were going to say, Hamza?
Does he even watch? But come on, man.
You're right on that one. You're right on that one. It's Hamza as well.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see none of that.
No, but he was coming from a position of, yeah, look, we're gonna win, as in Man City are gonna win, but he didn't really come with like mad chest. Like, well, I didn't see it. Maybe me, I didn't.
To the week. He was up to the week when he faces the team. Yeah, he does. He got a paper from back in like 1970 or some crap like that to slander us.
Yeah,
this guy, he's elite, and he always does this. He always does that.
Yeah,
like, guys, you don't know Arsenal. Like, and then he will go on to about his rant.
But do you know what? I'll just say on the Boovy thing, because look, I know Hamza. I've got love for Hamza. I don't know Boovy. I've never met him at a game. I've never seen him at a game. But I will say, listen, he knows what to say in the content creation world. That's what people want to hear. They want to hear that, Manchester City are a robot that walk along and literally have 0 shots against them every single game and are that perfect. And he gets the clicks by doing it, but it's not real, is it? Like, if you really thought we were going to go to the Emirates, yeah, and Arsenal weren't going to have a shot on goal, that's just not believable, is it? Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. It is like that. Guys, by the way, there's 450 of you in here, right? And we're on 91 likes. So big up everyone that has liked so far, and big up everyone that is about to like the video. If you are going to, if you like the content, if you're just a general supporter of Never a Foul, you know how much likes are important, and we're going to have to start driving them again because, we want to get back to where we were. And just like these guys, man, look, Lewis works hard every single day for Chelsea, not even on his own channel, but he's the consistent Chelsea content creator that everyone goes to when they need something, because there's a lack of, there's a lack of Chelsea personalities out there. So big up Lewis and his work ethic, man. Obviously, Lee back on the content creation game as well. Seeing him like on all
definitely back on the game.
Yeah, man, he's in demand right now. Lee's on fire, man. Big up himself, man. It's a big year for him, I'd say. So even Monts is trying to drive to be full time alongside other things. And you know how good Monts is in terms of personality and work ethic as well. So make sure you subscribe to these guys. Description below, you'll see their names. Give them a chance. They all got different types of channels here, not trying to produce the same type of content. So yeah, man, big up everyone here, and obviously big up our other friends that are usually with us. Just watch this space on a couple that will be making their channels. But yeah, so we're just going to be talking about the weekend, obviously a little bit more in depth, but just more along the lines of the games that are going to be happening. Who is more likely going to be holding their the L first? Who's going to be holding corn this weekend? And we're going to go along them lines, because if we start talking about things about game by game, Chelsea versus Arsenal, the depth of this, we can talk more alongside the past and what we're going to expect, right? And then we can hold. Someone's going to hold court. I know. I feel like I'm setting myself up here.
No, bro, you might be.
I might be.
There's no way on this earth. I was saying to Jamie Phillips earlier, there's no way on this earth that Man United aren't winning 2-0 at least. It's not like me trying to do a reverse psychology thing. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. The 3 team that's got promoted: Bournemouth, Everton, I'll say Crystal Palace probably and Fulham. They're probably the 7 worst teams, along with Derby and Sunderland from a few years back, that have ever been in the Premier League. Those bottom 7 teams are horrible, and there's no way Chelsea, Man City, but even Brighton, Aston Villa will lose against any of those teams. Like, they are so bad. Like, Sheffield United, Luton, and Burnley are horrible, horrible teams. And Everton as well. I don't care. I'm adding them in there.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest here, though, Lee. Yeah, you say you're not losing. I'm not going to throw to the side that my team won't lose. But I've seen records broken consistently, and this is me being directly against my team right now. I just done a pre-record there with Time. We just had a little brief spell about Arsenal, and then first and foremost, said Man United are back. Yeah, and he said it in different contexts. As he said, he flip-flopped the situation. Ty, hold that one, yeah. I'm going to bait you out because you know what? I have to hold the corn every time. Bro, who says that Sheffield United? Even guys in the comments, can you see Sheffield United scoring first? That's the first and foremost question.
No.
Yes,
no.
Yeah, you definitely can. They
I can't. No.
Anyways, I can see them scoring against us first. An away game for Man United is...
All I know is they got a very good home atmosphere.
It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Do you know what it is? No, the thing is, it's one of them ones where, like, we say, we off the top of our head, we just go like, yeah. Nah, United are going to beat Sheffield United, innit? But Cass, I get where you are, because the amount of times we've gone, nah, come on, I know United are bad, but they're not that bad. And then games start, and all of a sudden it's like, they are.
Sorry, go on, Daps.
No, and that's the one with this. I'm here going, nah, I'm with Lee. Come on, bro. United are not, but it's one of them ones where you wouldn't put it past them no more. It's one of those ones where you can imagine it's like we talk about the football gods, the algorithms and all of that, yeah. And sometimes it's like they're watching down on Man United and just going, this season in particular, just going, you know what? I'm like, and even the last game before the international break, who was it again?
Brentford.
Yeah.
Brentford.
And the thing is, Brentford the thing is, right? Sheffield United have 0. And I listen, I don't know anyone that plays for Sheffield United. I don't know any fans. I don't want to come across disrespectful, but they have no quality. Man United have, whatever you want to say about him, I don't think he's good. They have Bruno. They have Rashford, who we saw. He should have passed it to Harry Kane, but fair play, he scored the goal. That's a moment, brilliance of quality, moments of quality. Rasmus Højlund, Martial. I like Højlund. They've also got, whether you want to rate him or not, Reguilon, who looks good in the Man United team, or better. Let me not say good, better. You've also got Casemiro. Whatever you want to say about his legs gone, he's turning up. So for me, Man United will win that game easily. Listen, I'm not telling people to go and put my money out there, but that's my banker of the weekend. It's more of a banker than Man City against Man United. Against
Man City Brighton, I think is people. Way more of a banker. Yeah, Man City Brighton's a. I'm not here saying that's an easy game, by the way. That's a hard game.
Obviously, not. My bank of the weekend is Liverpool against Everton, but quite close.
Because I want.
How did I not know it's a derby?
Yeah, because
Everton now. I guess because Everton. Yeah.
Derby ain't serious no more.
Yeah, get rid of him. They're dead.
Does anyone have in mind that there's a team that you really want to see hold corn? Bar the obvious choices. I've got one in mind. Look, I shouldn't be supporting this way, yeah, but I really want the Zerbi to get smoked, bruv. Like I want 6-0. I need points for my FPL. I need Alvarez 4 goals, yeah. I don't know what it is about this manager, yeah. And I think it's a bit like Newcastle. When someone's a bit overhyped, I tend to not like them as much, yeah. And maybe maybe that is, but I really want Brian. I love Man City to not get a result. I think that would be great for algorithms and all that kind of stuff.
Cheers, ruined my Saturday night. Yep.
That's complaining. It couldn't get better, bro. It couldn't get better. But there's something about the Zerbi that I just can't stand. I can't.
I think talking about Colwell when he was our player.
I think obviously, I'm not going to act like the Chelsea Arsenal game is not probably the one that we struggled to call the most. But look, I'll be honest, Brighton, there's times where I'd like to play Brighton. I'd like to play Brighton after they've had a run of a couple of games because I don't think their squad's thick enough to keep up. And I think that's why you see their little dips here and there. After the international break is probably not the perfect time to play Brighton, but I'm going into it. It's at home. And look, we just said this on a pre-record. If you're in a title race, and that as well, Cass, yeah, but if you're going into a title race, yeah, and even more so if you've just won a treble, these are the games we must win. I don't really care whether it's a 1-0, a 3-0. We've got to bounce back because we have hit, we've lost our last 2 league games and we need to bounce back. But I'm not going to go into this saying, yeah, this is easy, City 3-0. It's not. Brighton are a good side. Last year we beat them 3-1, but they still troubled us. But this is where quality has to shine through. And maybe I am talking a bit more humble than usual, but that's because football is a humbler. And last time Man City played football, we did get humbled a little bit. So, you know what? I need to get that confidence swag back. And I just want to see Grealish start. And I want it to go back to BAU. Stones comes back in, and all of a sudden the team starts to look a bit more like it did last season. Rodri back in there.
You will beat them. Though.
Yeah, look. I go into most games confident we'll win. So I am confident, but at the same time, I'm not here going, yeah, Brighton aren't going to have a shot. Like, it is at the Etihad. And the one thing I do always know after the international break as well, we've all missed football. Like, all of us lot have missed football. So the games after the international break, we're usually quite lively. So I'm predicting a win, but it's not a foregone conclusion. I think the Liverpool one, is it Liverpool at home, by the way, as well?
Yeah, Liverpool's got. Yeah.
Well, that's.
Let me ask you something.
It seems like a 2-0 Liverpool or something.
Let me ask you, just keeping on the Man City basis of things, right? And there's obviously always the same conversation, and I don't get right one of them. One of them you can have maybe a little bit of a debate about and all this kind of stuff. But do you think there's too much disrespect on Haaland or Grealish or both? Like, for what it is, the guy's not scored in 2 league games, and it's all of a sudden he's shit. Do you get what I mean? Or do you think it's fair criticism? Because I don't understand it, personally. Once.
In what sense?
Like,
Mon thinks is fair.
Yeah. So, no, because for me, Haaland didn't play great against Arsenal, but I look at what's supplied to him, yeah, and there wasn't much going forward. And I think there's areas where it dwells down into other individuals. I look at the game before against Wolves, they parked the bus and he couldn't find a way, and that's fine. Most strikers don't when it comes to park the bus situations. But then you look at and then I saw another argument that Haaland isn't clutch enough in moments in terms of, I don't know, finals, this, that, and they tried to back up that way. I just don't understand a guy who's top goal scorer in the league still currently, yeah. And he's still disrespected the way he's disrespected because he doesn't look pretty on the eye. That's my opinion anyways. I just don't understand it.
If you want me to be honest, I just think it comes down to City having different guidelines to everyone else. And it's not maybe tailored to City. I just think it's tailored to whoever's the best at the time. So whenever someone's really good at something, I think there's this expectation that because they're so good at one thing, that every other aspect in their game is just all of a sudden, it's just shit. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, how many years did we spend defending Mo Salah's all-round game? But no, it was just a goal scorer for the first 4 years. Now, because he's been moved as a touchline winger, people like Lee are only now seeing that he's the guy when he's been the guy.
Hi, Lee.
Sorry, Lee.
I think with.
No, let me just land with this one.
No, sorry, I thought you had. Sorry, carry on.
Because with Haaland, yeah, like he is obviously an elite goal scorer, but there's this notion that he can't dribble. Can't pass, he can barely hold the ball up, he's got a shit touch, but because he's so good at goal scoring, it makes him the best striker in the world and he offers nothing else in the game. Now, I'd love to see Arsenal without Odegaard. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see all their players without their best creative player. But because it's Man City, because De Bruyne is out, it's like, it's fine. No, it's not fine, because if you do that with any other team, they struggle. The striker will struggle. And City are struggling to create because it's not just De Bruyne. People just think it's De Bruyne. It's not just De Bruyne. Mahrez is not there. Gundogan's not there. That's 3 of the most creative players for Man City. Bernardo Silva is in and out the team. He's the next most creative player. So that leaves Alvarez, who's not by trait he's not supposed to be creative, but he has had to become creative. He's now on set pieces. He's trying to change his game. He's kind of playing as a second striker as well as alongside him. But then if we're looking to Alvarez for creativity, like, let's put our thinking hats on here, man. Am I going to go up Diogo Jota to be flipping you know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. So I believe Haaland can do a little bit more in certain situations. He did have a bad game against Arsenal, but I feel like no one in the final third, if the Arsenal and against Man City were good. No one.
Yeah.
None of the attackers on both sides. No one.
Monts, that's where I'm in agreement with this whole Haaland conversation. I'm cool with having conversations. What frustrates me is the lack of like this. That meme that went round, Haaland without De Bruyne, and it had a picture of a ghost, yeah? Let's remind... And again, look, on Twitter and that, you don't get to give context, but the context is we have been without De Bruyne, not the last 4 games, all season, yeah? And Haaland is the Premier League's top goal scorer, right? So ultimately, that picture doesn't really make sense if we're providing context. The other context is, and this is one I keep saying, right? Grealish, I get it. Grealish is not the most creative player, but what Grealish does is give every other player an extra 2-3 seconds on the ball by dragging players out of position. Someone credited Rashford on the goal yesterday. Great finish from Rashford. But let's be clear, if Bellingham did not make that diagonal run, 2 defenders did not go with him and leave a gaping hole for Rashford to run into. And that's the thing, that all of these things are relevant. And you're spot on that you have to find things to call out. Now, is Haaland one of the best goal scorers in the world? It's not a question. Yeah, he is, right? Is he one of the most creative players? Is he? No, he isn't. If Manchester City's system wanted that, we would have carried on playing with the false 9. We changed it to having an out-and-out goal scorer. And now I think the truth of the matter is with Manchester City right now is we've had Gundogan go, we've had Mahrez go, we've had De Bruyne is currently out, Stones has been injured, yeah. Grealish hasn't been playing much. At the moment, Pep is having to cook up a new way to make this system work. Yeah, that's the truth of the matter. And at the moment, he hasn't found it yet. Like, I'll be the first to admit our system is not cooking. And by the way, to confirm, in my opinion, other City fans might disagree, we are a system-based team, right? And like Mont said, if you take certain key people out of a system, you have to find a new way for that system to cook. And at the moment, it's doing all right. Listen, we're in a good position compared to where we are most seasons. Haaland is still top goal scorer. We've still won our first 2 Champions League games. It's not like, oh my God, what's going on at Manchester City? But there is Haaland, and the maddest thing is, I agree with Monts on the Arsenal game. I think on the Arsenal game, it's unfair to criticise him because the number of chances he got was so limited. Now, on the Wolves game, I'll say he had a few sitters that he should have scored. The Leipzig game, which he also didn't score in, he had a few sitters that he should have scored.
United as well.
But that Arsenal game in isolation, that isn't the game that I'm looking at and going, haha, that proves how bad Haaland is. No, that proves how bad the distribution to Haaland was.
When we talk about Haaland, I think this season, look, like he had a great season last season, and I don't think anyone thought that he would replicate 100% what he did this season. I don't think people thought he would do as well. Yeah. But my thing is, look, when you think about Haaland, I think a lot of talk has been: does he deserve to win a Ballon d'Or? That's what the talk's been because Messi got it. Now there's been all of these like rival fans these comp makers making these little comps about Haaland not dribbling. He can't control the ball. He can't do this. And for me. Just for me, I said this, look, like goals are currency, but you go to a football match because you want to be entertained. Does he entertain? For me, it's not all about goal scoring. And does he entertain people? Yeah, but it's in a different kind of way. So I just think like sometimes you have to take what you want from football. Like if you want a different type of goal scorer, an elite goal scorer, then yeah, man, like that's your guy. But if you want him to be the face of football, personally, I'm not somebody who's like gonna make him that that ultimate player. But listen, it doesn't really matter because he's in a system that works for Man City, and Man City fans, listen, he's the one that won you the treble. So
don't you think it's a stretch when people go on like he's shit at everything?
Oh,
he's not.
No, no. Yeah, people make it, but yeah, listen,
that's cool.
That's
always does.
It's not good on the aesthetic part because there's more than aesthetics about dribbling in football. Like there's more to dribbling, there's more to passing, there's more to everything. There's also because as a striker, ultimately, We all want someone that can score just goals, and maybe want a striker that can do a bit of everything. But on his level, he's an elite finisher, if not the best finisher in the world, right?
What it is they compare his finishing to everything else.
His positioning as a striker is better than everybody else's on the planet. Like, it's just things like that people forget, you know.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I think.
No, I interrupt you, but I'll say it's a sort of one. Go on. You say yours.
No, Mons, you go.
No, bro. I'm saying right now, goal scoring is a very difficult skill. In fact, I go as far as to say it's one of the hardest skills in football to put the ball in the back of the net. Because as I said, I've said this before. You play as a striker, you can't score enough goals. You're a midfielder now. You know what I'm saying? You're not creative enough. Your all-round game's not there enough. You're now maybe a winger or a wing back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's always how the story goes, because not everyone wants to be a striker. But majority of the time, that's the thing. Why do people it's Bruno Fernandes?
Do you know what?
Cares about goals anymore.
You know what, Monster? Yeah, you see what the problem is, right? And again, it's hard. It's hard because I think you had, and I can name these players. You had Lewis will know this with Chelsea. Man United will know this with Kaz. I will know this at Arsenal. You will know this at Liverpool. Even at, dare I say, even Daps, you will know it at bloody Man City. You've always, we all know the different type of strikers that you've had at our clubs. Drogba's, Henry's, Dennis Bergkamp's, and they played Eric Cantona, Berbatov. They did everything. So when you see this guy and all he does is score goals, as amazing as he is, it's not what you're used to. I'm not used to it. So for me, as amazing as it is to do that, we're from an era where we don't.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to ever be programmed in a different way. I can respect his 56 goals he scored, but I'm like, a perfect example. And someone said this to me. I don't know what this is a perfect question for you guys, because I was chatting to my boy about this. If Firmino was getting 30 goals a season, would he be classed Firmino when he was at Liverpool? Would he be a better striker than Haaland? Because Firmino could do everything. Link up, like I'm talking about proper link up, that dropping deep.
No, because Haaland got about 50 goals. So.
No, but my point is,
but on top of the other stuff he does, he does that stuff and the goals.
If you had an even a Jesus, because I don't want to use an Arsenal player, so that's why I said Firmino. If you had a Firmino getting 30 goals every season, guaranteed, and he did everything else over.
Harry Kane.
Well,
Harry Kane. Who's a better striker, Harry Kane or? Sorry, go on.
And here's the thing, right? That the way I would look at it is. And this is why I said before that Manchester City are a system-based team, and people that was a brief attempt at cussing City but you're a system-based team. It's not a cuss, right? Let's be clear. We are a system-based team, right? And in this system, and this is where I feel for, and I often defend Grealish. When people go on about Grealish, they need to see more from Grealish. And it's the same people that say, but, we're hiding Grealish by saying about the other things he does when we should be talking about GA. But you are the same people that will tell me that if you don't do what Pep asks, you get dragged. The best example of that is Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané, we all love to watch Leroy Sané, yeah? But the amount of times I saw Pep drag Leroy Sané or not start Leroy Sané because there was instructions he could not follow. It's very rare that Pep drags Grealish because he's doing what Pep asked him to do in the system. That is his job in the system. You then look at Haaland, and I can tell you because I've been told, people that go and watch the training, when Haaland tries to get more involved in training, Pep says, no, don't drop too deep, because if you drop deep, you're bringing defenders into the channels where the midfielders need to operate. Don't drop too deep. So all Haaland is doing is exactly what Pep is asking him to do. And that's the truth.
The game's evolved, though, man. The game's from what we used to lead. The game has evolved. Like, let's face it. Drogba's and that were there because they had to be, because defenders were a lot better defensively back in the day, in my opinion, right? And that means because there were two striker formations there. The game evolved. Defenders got worse at defending, and ultimately that means strikers didn't need to do as much as they did, and they just become more complete because defenders evolved in a more technical aspect. So that means strikers had to evolve more technically, and that's why you got strikers that they are today. But then again, today, you're kind of seeing better defenders come out defensively. Yeah. And now you want a number 9 that can score. And now you're seeing maybe the wingers that we're used to, inside forwards, maybe they're going to die off a little bit, potentially. Like, that's why you got, Doku's and that all coming through. You see the new wingers that are coming through, they're all technically sick and looking like 1v1 wingers again. It's just the way they really.
Yeah.
You know what, Lee, yeah? Talking of like, I'm going to talk about his counterpart because we're going to talk about like, obviously talk about who's holding the L this weekend. There's one guy I'm looking at in particular, which is actually at your club. And we had a conversation, well, I didn't. Daps and Ty did. And obviously it's kind of been a consensus around, well, a bit of topic debate as well. Odegaard. Someone else that probably needs to step up to the plate a little bit. Like the way we talk about Haaland is probably the same counterpart in terms of Odegaard. Even international football hasn't really replicated it. But even if you draw this weekend, that's holding an L, bro. And that's a good possibility. And I'm not saying it's not going to be the end result. But for me, Odegaard's another one that's probably has to be put on the pedestal, which he's still my favorite kind of number 10, number 8 even.
He's
so wicked. That's why you have to hold him up there, innit? And I think like, bro, like I think Odegaard needs to shine a little bit, man.
He's the guy. No, Odegaard is the guy. That's like he's
the
so
guy.
good.
Yeah, 100%.
I think again, you guys want to call me a certain word with merchant on the end. I think with Odegaard, because he's so good on the eye, like watching him play football is actually like, it's like poetry, innit? No word of a lie, it's like poetry when he dribbles, the way he weaves in and out. But there are times when he does all that and it's pointless. Yeah. If we really want to, and this is me now nitpicking, because now if we want to look at Arsenal, especially Arsenal's better players at a certain level, we've got to now put them next to this guy. What I used to be, and we have to do.
Look, you're right. We're nitpicking, yeah. But here's the thing, right? And we said this when me and Ty were speaking on it. This instantly he gets compared to Kevin De Bruyne, right? The comparison's not even like, I don't get it. Compare him to David Silva, right?
Yeah.
And again, to City fans that are like, oh my God, you're putting him. I'm not putting him in the same bracket as David Silva. David Silva did it for X number of years, international level, and whatever else, yeah. But what I'm talking about is, and when you say, you know, he's doing a lot of stuff, but it's not really doing anything. This, again, the game has evolved. And what he actually doing is looking for space and trusting the system and knowing if I keep doing this, gaps open up from exactly what I am doing. And then will expose the gaps. That's what he's doing. He's just floating about.
So
how does someone say, I described him like I'm describing Hazard? You don't just find a way to get Hazard in there. How did they find a way to sneak him in there?
You know what? For me,
Odegaard's one of the few low gravity players that can glide.
The thing for me is like what I hate more than anything, and I feel like what I have to do is what Man City fans do with maybe Foden or Grealish. This overrated thing is, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand how people say that Jack Grealish is overrated, maybe because of the money, but I don't understand how people say that Odegaard is overrated. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. People will go off one game against Spurs this season where he didn't have the best game, but I'm sorry, So is Haaland shit because he hasn't had 3 good games in a row? Like, why do people go so crazy? Like, he is not overrated. He scored this season against PSV. He should have scored against Man United, but the goal was ruled off. Well, he did score, but it was ruled offside, which I don't even think was offside anyway. Last season, he got 15 goals. He scored against bloody Chelsea. He scored away against Spurs. Like, I don't understand. And then what people do is, because he didn't turn up against Man City, when fucking hell, nobody turned up against Man City last season. So is everybody shit? Like, people just go crazy with like these weird analogies or weird things. It is so frustrating. Last season, he assisted against I think Liverpool when we beat them 3-2. Yeah, 2 assists. Like, it's just like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why people go like so crazy with their points. You can't just say, do you know what, he's in a bit of bad form, he's in a bit of a rut, or, you know, sometimes he needs to do a bit more. But Bruno Fernandes is someone who doesn't turn up. That is clear. So what you're doing is you're saying Bruno Fernandes and Odegaard are here. It makes no sense. I don't. It's so weird. So you can't just say. So go on.
No, I'll let you finish. Then I'll go.
I don't get it. Like, the guy is absolutely quality. For me, he is more of a 10. He's not an 8 for me. I just think from what I see, he looks more like a 10. He's a creator. And sometimes you have to think, the worker only the person's only good of his workers. Sometimes when playing with Eddie Nketiah, what do you expect him to do with someone who doesn't move? What do you like? He can't do everything. So
that's what a lot of his passing is based on the runs that are made for him. Yeah.
Part of it is him, and part of it is the shit around him. Saka this season, everybody can admit he's got good GA, but he's not been his blistering praise person that he's been. So what do you want him to do? Like, he's only going to get assist if, guess what, fucking people, if people fucking put the ball in the back of the net. And who did he have up front? Jesus, who we know, guess what, doesn't always score goals. So what do people, I don't get it. Like, how can he be, he scored 15 goals last season. 15 goals. And people are moaning about him. I don't get it.
Lee, understand. When, do you know what? Welcome to the big leagues,
bro. It is.
No, Lee. Hey.
Facts.
Welcome to the big leagues.
No, I hear it. And listen,
because
how
now,
I was critical with Salah. Yeah, that's how
when
it is.
you have when you've got world class players, because that's what people are saying about him. When players get put in certain brackets, you're not allowed to have a bad game.
No,
Haaland's not allowed to have a bad game. Oh, God forbid Trent gets ripped once. God forbid Virgil van Dijk makes one mistake. These players now, when our own fan base, as I said, we know what Liverpool fans said about Trent and how we gassed him up and so he's not allowed to have a bad game. You cannot deny how Odegaard has been gassed up by Arsenal fans. So he is now on a level where he's going to be criticized on the level that he's been gassed up. And I don't think him being gassed up was almost false. I think he needs to do it a little bit longer than to what he's been compared to and how people are assessing him. Because for me, I look at what Odegaard has done, and he's had one world-class season with Arsenal, and I look at other players for other clubs, and they've had to have multiple world-class seasons.
I'm not saying he's world-class.
No. I'm saying I didn't say you said he's world-class, but I'm saying the pedestal that he's being put on, he's had one world-class season. My opinion, he needs to do it for a little bit longer. I think the same people calling Odegaard world-class have said to a City player, a United player, or Liverpool player, oh no, it's been one season. How can you call him world class? But then we'll proceed to call Odegaard world class after one great season. So I think if we're gonna keep the same energy, then unfortunately, football is fickle. And when you are put on a certain pedestal, welcome to the big leagues. You're not allowed to have a bad game. You're not allowed.
I think the other thing with Odegaard is as well, the type of player he is for me, right, is that firstly on that point, we all watch our own teams more than any of us watch other teams, yeah? Like, Lee, you see more of Odegaard than I have, yeah? Because you watch every single game, go to a lot of them, and it's for the full 90 or 100 minutes, yeah? Whereas we won't get to see all of that of Odegaard. Sometimes we will, sometimes we won't. But also, he is the type of player that you need to be watching him. Like,
literally.
To see just how much he does for this team. And that's what I was saying about, like, there's a thing David Silva used to do that was so, for me, one of the most important things. And actually, it's something that I've seen with Cole Palmer since he's gone to Chelsea. It's being that outlet. I think Pep said to the City players once, I will never be angry at you for wanting the ball. I'll be angry at you for not wanting the ball, right? And just constantly floating around the pitch, noticing when someone is struggling because they've got 2 or 3 men on them and going, give me the ball. Just give me the ball. Getting the ball. And then what they do with it afterwards, whether they turn and go on a run, whether they find an easy pass, or whether they give it straight back to you because they've gone, well, the 2 players that were on you, you've given me the ball, they've left you. I'm going to give it straight back to you. Now you can turn and run. They're the type of things that Odegaard will do, just offering an outlet constantly. But when you're watching the highlights, you're not going to see that. You're going to see sometimes you don't even see the pass before the pass. All you see is the assist and the goal. And that for me is what Odegaard is. You can compare him to Hazard. Look, Hazard in his prime was a special player. And by the way, his prime, they're not comparable. They are not comparable as players. Like Hazard, yeah, exactly that. And straight away it will be, I don't know why, but these comparisons just get put up there and then everyone runs with it when they're not comparable. They're really not. They're really not.
Let me run this quick. Big up Mr. Link, by the way. Mr. Link, you always super chat and we're very grateful.
Thank you, bro.
So thank you very much, and I appreciate the comment as well, man. As well, it's like for all of us. So big up for getting me through the work days, gents. Man, we're just here to entertain, man, and ultimately through YouTube, we're just here to just talk ball, man. That's what we like doing. The whole point of this. I don't know if any of you disagree, but it's like being in a group talking at a party or something, or back in the day. So yeah, man, big up yourselves. By the way, there's 860 of you now, so please smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. You know where is the live chats. I could pin up my phone. I can just point where the exit the live chat is and the fun button. You know where it is, guys, man. So big up for all the likes, and make sure as well. Look, again, if you do that, you're going to see the description. Make sure you just keep it, and maybe even a mental note. Lee's channel, Lewis' channel, whether you like Lee as a personality, regardless for Arsenal, Lewis as well, on the road to probably, I'm going to say 50K for him. And then obviously Monts on that road to that big 10K, man. So yeah, man, I'm just going to give that out there just to, it's not a shameless plug. It is just a plug. So there you go, man. Big up. Moving on from all that, Lewis, yeah, I'm going to ask you again, I'm going to go back to the original kind of question as well. Do you reckon there's any shock L's this weekend in mind?
Maybe Arsenal. You never know.
That's the only shot that can happen, though. It is. That is the only shot that can happen.
No,
I'll tell you what, though. I just want to ask you a question. If Liverpool don't beat Everton, am I allowed on your channel on Sunday for the roundup? I swear, I want to make it loud. I want everyone to know. Am I allowed on your channel?
If Arsenal, if Chelsea,
no, if Liverpool don't beat Everton, am I allowed on your channel on Sunday for the roundup? Because I'll have questions.
You can come up. You come on my channel whenever you want.
No, but because you got
to do the lock and key. That you got to open. You got to knock on the door.
Because sometimes I don't. I don't know. I just want to ask the question, but all right, cool. So
you're allowed on the channel whenever you want. But obviously, just you know yourself the risk and what will happen if you lose that game. After chatting, after now saying to me, "Oh, what? I'll just can I come on the channel?"
Because you know what? Because when like Man City, when they're red, or Man United, I'm always I'm always getting my little invite on this channel. So I just want to know, like, on Sunday, if you don't win,
you can be there. That's fine. But you see when you did the to the Tottenham fan, and then you ended up coming on the channel that time. Do you remember that? It wasn't a nice day. It wasn't a nice day. So again, double-edged sword. You're there.
So before we dive into the Liverpool stuff, Lewis. Let's drag you into the conversation. Don't hide. Land the minerals, man. Come on. Proper Chelsea. Do you generally, do you believe Chelsea are going to get a result this weekend and upset Arsenal?
No. I'd say capable.
Capable. Give me your reasons. Because you know what? I know you're not going to jump on and say you're going to be at the game yourself. I know I'm probably not going to see you Sunday potentially because you're going to be hammered, especially if you win, right? Friday, when we do talk about it with Don or whatever, you're not going to be there. Let's hear your opinions on the game as it goes. Not anybody else. It's just yours. What you think?
I think it's going to be a tight match. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 goals in this game max. Realistically, it might be a first goal win sort of thing. Both teams have good midfields, good defenses. Arsenal have a better attack than us, but we could potentially frustrate them, especially because I don't think we're going to dominate possession in the game. There's no reason to think we can't win it. Just don't be too overconfident, and definitely don't underestimate Arsenal. They're literally, I think, second place only by goal difference. So first goal wins if we take our chances. Big if, of course, but we've won our last 3 games. So there's no reason not to be confident. It's just good to see we're actually going to have a proper test on Saturday. And if we go in, we have a good performance, we come out of that, then we go into the next couple of games feeling a lot more confident as well. So it's a big game. Because if we get battered by Arsenal, then we go right back to stage 1 in the same position we were in a few weeks
ago. Who's the key player for you, do you reckon? Who's the key player for you?
Right now, there's too many, though. Like, you can say Caicedo, Cole Palmer.
Yeah, but who's going to make the difference? I want to know who you think is going to make the difference.
It'll be Caicedo in the midfield. If we're being honest, it'll be Caicedo.
Asian, man, this guy.
If anybody. In the attack, the only person that I can outright say I know is going to have a good game is Cole Palmer. Everybody else is like an on his day sort of thing, and I need to see if they turn up on the big occasion. But it's up to you. Step up to the occasion. Like, I know we've been talking about how dangerous this run of fixtures is, but realistically, this is the level you need to be at in the Premier League. So I want to see if Chelsea step up. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
It also changes everything because Going into, if we would have gone back to maybe 3 games before the international break, 2 games before the international break, even 1 game before the international break. But you know what? There's some of us still here now, even after your 3 wins on the bounce, that are saying, yeah, you know what? It's going to be long for Chelsea now, the run of games you've got, yeah. But after your 3 wins, if you do get a result against Arsenal, all of a sudden, that difficult run of games, people won't be looking at it going, well, I don't know where Chelsea are going to get 3 or 4 points out of all of them. If you do get a result against Arsenal, I think all of a sudden it changes everything, right?
Even if it's a draw. Even if it's a draw, in my opinion.
Because
But the dangerous thing is it goes both ways. If we get battered, then it's like, oh, crap.
You're back to square one, and everything else that happened is.
And however much I want to say that, you know what, I'm telling you, this Cole Palmer thing going to you has made me have a sly soft spot for you, man. For probably like I was with Arsenal with Jesus and Zinchenko last season.
I've been having a soft spot since you stopped all our rivals lifting the title. So keep doing your thing, bro.
Before it really turned into a title race against Arsenal, it was like, you know what, I've got mad prop for Zinchenko and Jesus. Same with Cole Palmer, but I look at it and there's me going, you know what, they could, but I can't see it. I can't see it at the moment. And this is one where I think for Arsenal, they got 3 points against City, but that was at home. Yeah. If they get 3 points against Chelsea at the Bridge, which they often do, to be fair, they're then going to be looking at later in the season when they have to play them in the business end and go, well, that's the 3 points at home. And all of a sudden it gives Arsenal a different bounce as well. Because then all of a sudden, last 2 games, they've taken 3 points off City at home and 3 points off Chelsea away. So I think this is a mad, interesting game. Can I just switch it though? Who have Tottenham got this weekend?
Fulham. No, Monday they got Fulham away, I think.
Is it home or away? Because they ain't got Basuma, have they?
I think it's away. Yeah, no Basuma.
They're home. Tottenham are at home.
They're at home now. They're going to win it. Then they're going to win it. I'm intrigued to see Tottenham without Basuma. I'm intrigued to see, because look, there's players that are important, and I think Basuma this season to Tottenham has been so important in that.
Tottenham might be without Romero potentially, and Son and Sarr potentially.
I said they're gonna. I think it's gonna be a 1-1. But if you're going back to the Arsenal game, This game reminds me exactly. I remember Man City, the season you bought Lukaku, Chelsea bought Lukaku, and Man City went there.
We've been in really bad form going into that league.
You was going bad form, and I remember. That was a game where, because it was a season before where you lost against Chelsea in the Champions League final. And then they had all the trophies and all that. They had the inflatables, and then you battered them. I think 2-0. I think this is exactly how the game's going to go. I think Chelsea are in a little bit of a high spirits, and rightly so. Look, fair play. They've beaten some dead teams, but they've done it in a good way. Like they've scored 4 goals against Burnley. They've scored a couple of goals against Fulham as well, like in a quick succession. But for me, this is a real level up, and I think we're gonna have too much. I think your attack is blunt. I'm not really that bothered by your attack. I'll be honest with you. No disrespect, but with the defense we've got, I think we're just too good. I really do, and I think our midfield is gonna be a good battle. You know, Caicedo. Let's see what Enzo can do, and whoever else you kind of put in there as the third midfielder to solidify it out.
Gallagher.
Gallagher again against Declan Rice. And Partey.
I hear that. If we're gonna dive more into that probably tomorrow. Because I don't want it to take over that kind of.
Yeah, no, I won't. Yeah, but I just think for me, I won't. I won't go into the game, but I just think that
save it. You're gonna be back on there on Sunday, and probably before that, maybe potentially.
Yeah. I think it will be a good game. It's gonna be. I think people are going a bit crazy. I think people are going a bit crazy and saying that we're gonna batter them. I don't think we'll batter them.
Don't do that now that you're entering the jungle, mate. Listen,
calm, bro. It's Wednesday, bro. It's Wednesday. Can we?
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
internationals are still going on. I think right now.
How about this, bro? Wednesday's the best day because you now you're your most sane. It's when it gets closer to the game, you start thinking different things. Now it's your most sane. This is where your highest sanity. You know what I'm saying? So
calma.
Yeah.
You know what? Romsey's a nasty guy as well. Romsey's been saying some cheeky stuff online about how Chelsea are going to get 4 or 5 wins in the next couple of games. Romsey's, you know what? Romsey, yeah, this
Speak
guy,
into
I'm telling you,
existence, my guy.
Romsey's
Speak into
very, very sly. You know, I'm telling
Hey,
you,
Rom's
Romsey's sly. I've clocked.
Rom's on comments compared
he's
to
sly,
Rom's
he's
on
sly.
stream.
Yeah.
Two different personalities.
Roms. I clocked.
Yeah, he is, you know. I've just clocked that. He
Hey,
is.
Roms, yeah, I'm telling you, this
He's come
guy.
a long way.
He's a
come a
cheeky
long way,
guy.
you know. Last year, Roms was kind of timid, a little
Roms,
bit shy.
I see you. Listen, I've clocked his game. I've clocked his game anyway, but no one wants to say it. No one wants to say it. But Roms, I've clocked you. Like, I see what you're doing online. You and Patrick Pally. I see what you're doing, bro.
For real?
I see what you're doing, bro.
What,
Listen,
Patrick Tyrant?
bro, you and Roms, I see what's going on, bro. Don't worry.
Isn't Rom's a sly Arsenal fan deep down?
Bro, he's sly, bro. No, his brother supports Arsenal.
Yeah, he goes sometimes.
He goes to more games than me, bro.
Yeah, big up my man. I was gonna dive more into the Liverpool situation right now. Going back to what you was gonna go. So yeah, here we go. But yeah, man, 961 people and we're 21 likes off of 300. 21 likes off of 300. You know, we could get them likes, barking for them likes, or we can get Lewis doing what he says and say nothing. We're not gonna say nothing until we get them. But we don't do that here. We ask him politely, unless you want me to do a Husam and talk to you guys like shit. So, and somehow it works. So, but yeah, man, 21 likes off of 300. Liverpool situation once. Obviously, you know, you've been speaking about it again on your show earlier. Robertson's out for 10 weeks. Right, he can play left centre back, a different kind of role.
I ain't heard that for a minute, Lee.
Listen, I don't want to hear no. Listen, I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah.
I want
to come in and prove a point to himself and the fans as well, and obviously to Klopp, right? And the way you have been playing, Tsimikas ideally doesn't, in my mind, doesn't suit the role that Robertson has been doing. But I'm pretty sure Klopp might have to change it up. And obviously, your defense hasn't been the greatest. But you could say Bar Van Dijk, and obviously you could say Kwanzaa as well has been brilliant. Trent's obviously back fully fit more than ever. You know, there's something that you just didn't need right now. If we're being honest, luckily there's another international break to you know, for 2 weeks to go by. What are you saying, man? Because I know Everton. I don't think Everton threatened you. I don't think that's gonna be as shock as Lee's gonna say. I think you smashed them, right? Why are you laughing?
No. They better smash them. They better. They listen. You see you better. There is no getting away. But anyway, you know what? It's not my section. It's not my segment.
Fair enough. First of all, I'll address something very quickly in the chat. First of all, today I've got time. Yeah. Why is everyone laughing straight away? Just because I said today I've got time. Listen, I have time. Today I've got time. Oh shit. The new man that want to assume my age, I'm gonna say from now, stop all of that. Stop all of that. And second of all, hold on. And second of all, don't try to say something to me. And when I say something back, you want to say, "Oh, it was banter." Don't fuck with me. Don't do all of that. I'll say that from now, because regardless of how old you think I am or whatever, just don't do all of that. Because now, man, you lot are coming up with all your little dead excuses. I'll say it from now. You're not gonna get any more out of me. I just said right now I've got the time in it. So please just chill out in the chat and just have your little conversation.
Are you doing the Daps? You're doing the Daps right now.
Anyway,
what's that? Hold on. What's the Daps?
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. So
I'm getting rattled.
Keep it. No, I'm just saying, just keep it.
You're gonna be on this
on the chat. I said I've got time.
Anybody chatting madness? Listen,
I said just keep it.
Who's chatting madness in the chat, by the way? Let me point them out.
No. I said, listen, I get mad comments in all the time, but a man was being cheeky. I addressed it. A man are crying because he got blocked. Allow me, G. He was saying mad cheeky things. Whatever. I didn't ask him to get blocked. Whoever the mods were, they done what they needed to do. That's it. So again, you wanna call me whatever, just at least own it. Just own it. Don't do the little man thing. Just own it.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Do you want me to say the name?
No, I know who it is.
Do you want me to say the name so people in the comments know and to look out for him? Because we expose people here. We don't mind. Like Manor Solomon, that dickhead. But yeah, go on.
Bro, like it's calm.
No one ain't gonna do nothing anyway. So yeah, just it is what it is.
All right. But let's proceed with the Robertson stuff. Yeah, we got time for Robertson.
See Tsimikas, yeah, I'm like, see Tsimikas, boy, oh boy, I don't know, like with him, I haven't really, listen, 10 weeks is a long time, and this isn't just 10 weeks, for Tsimikas. This is 10 weeks of football plus a couple Europa League games in there, FA Cup, the Carling Cup, or Capital One, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Carabao Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why, like, if Tsimikas does get injured, it's a bit mad. I can't lie, because then who plays left back? Who plays left back? So right now, I feel like we've got a kind run of fixtures that suits our situation. We don't have Chelsea's injuries and we don't have Man United's injuries, so it's not really an excuse.
Who you got? Who you got?
We need to be winning these games. If we want to be in the conversation, there's no excuses. We need to be winning these games, regardless of what.
But who have you got? What's your fixture list? What's your fixture list?
It's Everton next. It's hold on, let me double check so I don't get this in the wrong order. It's Everton.
Because if you're in a title race with Man City, listen, Man City
and Arsenal. Arsenal.
It's Everton. Everton. Hold on, no. Everton.
And Lewis. I heard that, Lewis.
Everton at home. Everton at home. Forest at home, and Luton away. So those next 3 games need to be 9 points. Yeah, exactly. So these need to be just 9 points. So you see me, there ain't no excuses. All these games need to be wins.
Where you playing Luton though? Where you playing Luton? Away.
I
don't even matter to you.
Yeah. So again, Everton's a derby, so you could say form goes out the window. But Everton has this thing where they have a habit of being super shit or stealing a 1-0.
And Brentford.
And you see Pickford, bro. Like, I'd pay money to fight that. I'll pay money to fight.
Well, my man looks so much like the racist Don off of what's it called? This Is England, with his hair all slipped back.
Yeah, when he slips back, when he does the drink for mouth thing.
I just look at him and think, yeah. Kaz pointed out he goes to darts as well, so.
But do you know what it is? Do you know what's funny? I bet he's probably a calm guy off the pitch. He's probably a calm guy off the pitch.
Where is it this weekend? Is it Anfield?
Yeah, it's at Anfield.
Yeah, I swear their record there is pretty stinky as well, isn't it? Everton
it's
as well.
It's the high heaven, but
they only win was in lockdown.
The last one was in lockdown.
Oh, so. I know another team like that.
Oh, that was Ancelotti. Ancelotti.
Actually.
Yeah. Bro. Anfield ain't easy, bro. To be fair.
I can't remember, bro. I literally can't remember.
What was that?
We were all right. I don't know why, but we was all right at lockdown for some reason.
That wasn't the 7-0, enough.
No,
individual brilliance FC.
By the way, we hadn't seen it for a minute. If you want to spam the chats with 7s, you can do.
Or 115.
Or 115. Fuck you.
But hold on. So if you don't get 9 points out of 9, because you've got 3, hold on, you said you've got 4 games, right? You got 4 games, whatever. If you don't get them 9 points out of 9, what are you saying for the league?
What game?
No. Why are we acting like Liverpool? Why are we acting like Liverpool? Hold on. Wait, no. Okay, hold on. Before I ask you, are you in a title race?
No. Ask me the question. No. We're gonna go in the order. We're gonna go in chronological order. Can you ask me?
No, because no. Now I don't know. Are you in a title race or not? I don't know.
Unity, brother. Can you please ask me your first question?
Wait, Kaz, are they in a title race? Are Liverpool?
I promise you. I'll answer the next question.
Cool. If you don't get 9 points out of 9, are you in the title race?
So you're gonna ask me about title race in game week 11? Fair enough. So game week 11.
Daps. Now, am I going crazy here?
No. So.
I wish Deji was here right now, because Deji would be shaking his bum violently for a title race.
Why am I be the one that's right now? Be the bad guy?
Unity, we are there, innit? We're there. I wouldn't say we can go the long run with City and Arsenal. I'll say that.
Wait.
We don't have a 6. We don't have a 6. So the furthest we can go in this title race is January. In my opinion, it's January. I think we'll be there and thereabouts until January.
You got Endo.
But you've got the German Gerard. You got the Hungarian Gerard. You've got most. Well done. They've got the best centre back, or one of. They've got the best keeper for sure. You've got one of the best centre backs. You've got one of the best. Okay, quality wise players, right backs in Trent. You've got a Hungarian Gerard. You've got Gravenberch, who, and now it's down to the manager to play him. That's not my fault if he doesn't want to play him.
Would you rate him?
You've got the best right winger. You've got Luis Diaz. You've got the best front 5. I would say maybe better than Man City's, or maybe equal to, whatever. Why is it that you're not in a title race? At least a title race. What am I going crazy?
Because it depends what you define as a title.
One of the best managers as well.
Oh yeah. Oh listen,
No,
yeah.
100%. But again,
Best fans, definitely.
Yeah, this is all on paper. No, but this is all on paper. At the end
No,
of the
but
day,
are you in the title race? I don't get it. Like,
what do you mean?
am I-
You're asking me game week 8 am I in the title race? I said I think Liverpool are going to be in. Hold on. Liverpool will be in and amongst it up until around January. I think we fall off. We fall off in the new year.
Inshallah.
So, does that mean I'm in a title race? If I fall off, I'm going to be alongside City and Arsenal until January.
Listen, football goes crazy. Look, we were top for 93% of the league.
So basically, you're asking me, can I win the league?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
No.
So, but are you in a title race right now? Because are you above?
Yeah, well, yeah. Right now, we're 3 points behind top of the league. Like right now. But does that mean Brighton are? Does that mean Brighton are in the title race?
No, because we know they're not going to sustain this. But we know that you've got the players.
Look, we in this bitch.
Is he a Liverpool fan? Fan?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Where's Bayesian? Where's Bayesian? Where's Roms? Ask Roms.
No. Roms is gonna play it down now. Watch.
Yeah, he's nasty. Roms is nasty. He's a nasty guy.
I have my objective cap on today. I do not think Liverpool win this title without a 6. If we hold on. By the way, if we go get a 6 in January,
well, Andre, yeah.
Hold on. No. So you can't move the needle. You can't tell me one player because what about if he gets injured? Then what? Are you not back in it? Are you out of it again?
Again, I'll let future months figure
it out.
Wait.
Reconstruct it. You have to reconstruct it this way.
Marty McFly, you know.
Let me ask Monts the question. Monts, do you reckon you're going to be in and amongst it come end of December?
That's why Kaz is the host. That's why Kaz is the host.
End of the summer.
No. End of December, not summer.
End of December. Yeah.
Asian said they're in hunt for a title.
All right, cool. So
Spurs do that though, and they're not title contenders.
One sec. You said you're going to be in and amongst it around December. Yeah, so that means you're around the top 3. If not, you could even be first. Your club is more than likely going to go and get a DM anyway. There's probably much a given. There's too much given in terms of maybe more than that.
If we get a DM, Kaz, we are there.
If you will,
but you can't say one player.
You're going to be in and amongst around December. Just say it. We're in a title race. It is what it is. Just own it.
Accountability. That doesn't mean we're in a title race because I don't think we're going. Bro, how about this? Tottenham. Daps, you said that. Didn't you say this? Tottenham love to do their.
No, but they've never done it. They've never done it.
You're not top.
Yes, Kaz.
Like at the end of the day, we still need a 6. If you want to catch.
What about Gravenberch? Oh, hold on. What's that younger? You 19-year-old you got the Stefan guy. Yeah, why don't you play him there?
Who by Sesic?
He's too inconsistent with his fitness at the moment.
No, he's been injured, but bro, he's not bro. He's an 8, but he can play 6. I'm talking about we get
last season. You lot were giving the hystericals. Oh, the way he played against Newcastle away.
No, again, not me. No.
What about Trent? What about Trent in the 6?
Yes, Daps.
That's a death sentence.
I've been telling you. I told you, man. This, bro. Why is he not? Trent's a midfielder. Is he still a midfielder?
Trent as an 8. I hear it. No. Trent playing 8. I'll hear it. I'll hit Trent playing as an 8, not as a 6.
Not inverting, no. Not inverting and, doing the job there.
You want me to say, yeah, Liverpool are going to be there to the end of the season so you can banter me when it doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, I'm saying this from now. If we get to 6 in January, we're in a title race. Yeah, you can say that. But if we don't get a 6, that is the difference between City and also have Bryce and Rodri. And we have Enzo. Make it make sense.
Monts is doing political.
There by January, you can be there by the end of the season.
What about this 6?
Caicedo. We're gonna 6.
If I allow it. Just allow it.
Never doubt my owners. FSG to the day I die.
Just cut it off,
FSG.
Let it run, bro. Let it run.
I die.
This is weird.
I used to pray for times like this, a midfield rebuild, and I looked at Caicedo, thought he was getting Chelsea, and I looked around and I had Jones on the left, and then I started panicking. No Laggy on deck. I pulled up in the rope. Listen. Let me not get into it. People.
No.
Oh, hold on.
You deserve this moment.
Do you know? Do you see? All right, listen. You see me right now?
Life like this sure is sweet, huh? It definitely is.
Show us that smile, Monts.
You know that rich man law.
Wait. Brighton
We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league.
had a midnight deadline.
Yo,
You
I
put
don't
a
like the
bid.
video, man. What's wrong with
Liverpool
you?
went.
I fucking need this moment, yeah? They crucified me. They crucified me. Yeah? They called us broke boys. Let me hold it down. I little dude from across the street. Let me hold it down. They called me broke. They said we were done. They said there was no DM. Well, guess what? Lavia was our second choice. Lavia was our second choice. He was our second choice. They called me deluded. They bullied me on never a foul. They tried to take me for a dickhead. Now them fucking broke boys. Now who's broke now? Record-breaking price. I don't want to hear it from fucking no one. I don't want to hear it from no one. Yeah.
I got told that I can confirm that the deal with the club is agreed.
Oh man. Yo.
So you know what? Yeah, once when you want to run receipts on me on your own channel with Rio Ferdinand.
Oh, look at Lewis. Look at Lewis.
Lavia was our second choice, so woof.
Man just did a, hey, I love the way Lewis just did a full-on Fulham dog. Woof woof.
Lewis, I'm a Chelsea 11th place. That's
I'm just gonna say, yeah, man. That video is my greatest video.
What can I say though for you?
It's going. Yeah, every time I see that bloody white man, he's doing that stupid laugh. He's like,
It's a very nice thing to say about Cass.
You do understand.
Cass is my brother.
After all of that, you're 11th place. After all of that.
Hey, the season ain't over, bro. The season ain't over.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Hey, you man are still complaining about no DM. Like, we still won in the end. We still won in the end.
I'm just saying. Most things he can run receipts.
You man stop with what are you and all them, man.
No, that's fine. At the end of the day, I know you would kill to be in my position right now. That's fine.
Who knows? There's a lot of games we might be.
That's
might end up there. Might end up there.
Can you do me a favor? Can you read out your run? Can you read out your next 8 games for me, please?
I remember it. So it's Arsenal, Brentford.
No. Home and away, please. Home and away, please. Let me know which one's home.
Arsenal home, Brentford home, Tottenham away, Man City at home, Newcastle away, Brighton at home, Man United away, Everton away, Sheffield United at home, Luton away somewhere in between that.
No. Listen, that's fine. That's enough. That's fine.
Hey, as long as we do well in the first game, all I see is W's.
I used to pray for times like this.
Yo, that's peak. I'm not gonna lie. That is peak.
I am not worried. I look forward to it.
That list,
the run.
Boy. Oh,
wait, where's that picture of the Grim Reaper knocking on the doors? I need.
You know what that Grim Reaper is? That's Cole Palmer, bruv. That's Cole Palmer knocking on every door.
One person is going to rescue your whole team.
Sounds like Liverpool in the title race.
There you go. Yeah. See, look. No, you know what? For real, right? Because Daps is the serial winner. Are Liverpool in the title race?
Yeah. That's
thank you. So my original, because this is my original question. Why is it that I'm looking at the bad guy? I feel like I'm asking the questions that everybody knows. Liverpool, regardless if you get a 6 or not, you're in a title race.
By the way, obviously that's probably another question for another day. We'll see after the weekend, and probably that's going to be discussed a lot this season, regardless.
No popping out.
Jason win a title race, saying it for Monsters' chest. Also, I'm just going to say something that I found out earlier. Did people know that since Mo Salah has joined Liverpool, he is being responsible for 41% of their goals? Good luck. I want to say when he dips, good luck. Yeah, because that is a look. Because you know what? I had the same energy for Mahrez. I had the same energy for all of that. Yeah.
I've got a better stat. I've got a better stat.
FSG.
You know how many goals Hoyland's been responsible for this season?
FSG to the day I die.
Hoyland, 005. I need to see 005.